to the scenes that we saw in Parliament. So I just want to ask you directly, do you think the NPP side of the House has what it takes to see this through, to pass this, despite the opposition from the minority side?
If you have the numbers, yes.
Conditional.
If you don't have the numbers, I mean, we're going to vote. So if you have your 138, yes, you pass it. If you don't have 138, you have a problem. Because the opposition also has the numbers. And let me tell you and advise everybody, my sister. You know, I always say that if today problems for NPP, thinking they'll leave power for me to enjoy, the problems you creating today will be worsened when you take over from me.
And this is for the opposition. You think they are trying to frustrate government business?
Yes. Yes. And when we talk to them individually, I'll tell you, if we talk to them individually, some of them agree with the e-levy. Do some of your people disagree with the e-levy? Yeah. So then you don't have 138 as you claim. Yeah, but I'm saying that, you see, the 138 that we don't have is some because of absenteeism. Some are not there. Okay. American inflation is 7.5%. And it's set to rise if the oil prices go to 100. Oh, you better start the GBC. They should come and poach you too. Yes. Honestly. Yes. Because you are blessed with time. People, because the business desk, I worry them so much. I just need to understand how some of these things work. So sometimes we ask a lot of questions, and your colleagues have helped with some answers when they've been on the platform with us. And we're expecting that these debates will happen in a more civil manner on the floor of Parliament. But then we saw the scenes that we saw. I didn't see you, in there exchanging blows or slaps. Now we call e-blows and e-slaps, whatnot. But I don't mean to cut you in, but in June I'll be 62. 62. If not politics and a civil servant, I would have been out at age 59 or 60. It means matured. So I look at the young ones. We did that. I've heard you say that you prefer to be a businessman more than a politician. Of course. Because in business you kind of abide by the rules and make your own rules and succeed. Let me tell you but something. In Parliament you have to follow the orders of the House, and the fact remains that because of the numbers and the close call that it is, that's why they are fighting. They are fighting. So you're not part of those who are fighting? No, I don't have time to go and fight over this. The numbers are a big deal. And I'm saying that is why they are fighting. Because of that, I'm not going to fight. You mentioned absenteeism before. Let's come to that matter. One person in particular. Yeah, let me address this. You said I prefer to be a businessman than. I've heard you say. Yes, and I maintain that. Why I say that is that the harassment I go through as a politician, if a businessman, you can't harass me like that. You can't go and harass Ernest, Despite, and the rest like that. Let me give you this Saturday. And this is an advice. I'm going off a bit. My experience this weekend. I'm going off a bit. This is advice to NPP people, NPP supporters. The way they are grumbling that the party people don't take care of them. In my own studio, a guy was saying that he has struggled to buy what? A car from the port. And he's not getting it. He's mad. I said, look, somebody went and sweat, toil, worked hard in Germany, brought his car here, and you want them to give it to you. You want them to give it to you. How? I disagree with whatever government who introduced that. I disagree. Now listen to what I'm saying. MPP people that the problems they are facing, it is also in NDC. Because a guy came to me Saturday. I was my normal exercise in the morning and he came. So I asked him to wait. He waited. After that we went in. A former MP, NDC MP, I will not mention his name. No, Ghanaians. I normally mention names to prove that I'm not lying. But Ghanaians don't like that. So when he does something for you, he will go and say it, and so I won't say it. But I'm telling you why I prefer to be a businessman. And at the same time, whatever happening in MPP is happening in NDC too. This is a former MP who is sick. He needs $13,000 to go and do the surgery. He says he has 6,000. And he has gone to every NDC man that he knows. He's not getting any help. It was Saturday. It was money that was taken to my constituency, but I didn't go to my constituency this week. I called my wife to give the 20,000 cedis to her. That's my support. Then I left my 2 girls plus my wife. We went to the site in Tema. I was so annoyed with the woman. In fact, I didn't want to give her, but my wife did it. Look, we were coming from the site to Accra, and we saw coconut seller, whatever they so let's drink some coconut before we go. A car pulled over. And the woman, coming for money. Coming for money. Those are the people who don't want anybody to get taxes for them. Coming for money. If you don't bang, how are you going to sleep? Cheap life. Where they were selling the coconut, she has hired the Uber, trailing me. So assuming I asked her, assuming I had not stopped here, were you going to follow me to my house? What is your problem? I've had an accident and I don't have money anywhere. Saturday. Me, a businessman, I'm flying all over in the air. And there was a girl sitting there doing this.
Some may say it's because we don't have a properly structured social welfare system in the country. And this is not just against one government, it's successive governments.
Madam, let me tell you, if you want to succeed in life, forget about this social. In America that I live, all those on welfare are people who have failed in life. Case closed. Case closed.
On the numbers in Parliament, and some have suggested that there's an attempt to eliminate by rough tactics going on both sides of the House to make sure that the numbers are kept at best even for whichever agenda either side wants to push. But very few people would think that there would be an internal attempt to cut down on the numbers, and that's why perhaps the absence of the Honourable MP for Dom Kwabena raises questions, because some have suggested that she may be also playing a card that the rest of the public may not be seeing. Is it something you...
What card is she playing?
Well, the suggestion is that her long absence could cause the numbers to go down on the NPP side of the House. So perhaps she's asking for something which has not been granted.
Yes, she says she wants to be a deputy majority leader. That woman has failed in life. Please, why are you saying, hey, a whole minister, a cabinet minister, now demanding that she should be made a deputy majority leader before he comes? You should go to hell.
Did she write this?
Yes, she has requested that. Yes, she has requested that.
And what was the response?
I have 2 kids with her, and therefore I never speak the truth. I will speak the truth, even at gunpoint. I will speak the truth and die. That is exactly what she's doing. Please.
Is this something that could cost her seat? Because some have suggested that.
Of course.
Once
if
she's
you don't come to Parliament and you are on TikTok dancing, excuse me.
What's the exact law surrounding absences?
It's not for Apostle Adwoa Safo. Get it straight. And I'm people are insulting me because I went there to campaign for him, for her. And Michael Kwe, the speaker, a man that I respect very well. But
you campaigned against his son for that Dom Kwabena
because
seat.
Adwoa used my kids. The kids were calling, Daddy, please, you have to support mommy, do this, and now everybody is insulting me. Yeah, for doing that. But I have not regretted because she's very responsible when it comes to the kids. So I don't have a problem.
Explain to us what the law exactly is on absences for parliamentarians.
Straight 15 working days.
How many days has it been now since she's been
more
away?
Than that.
Should we expect her seat to be declared vacant?
Why not? Yeah, you should go and contest on TikTok. Please.
The Honorable Kennedy.
No, why? You don't want me to speak the truth. You know the backlash I'm also getting.
That's exactly. You see, people see you and they always ask, why are you always so hard hitting, even on your own party? So, and I've heard you say somewhere that you can only do that because you have money, and so you think your money shields you from the implications of some of the things that you say in public.
Let me tell you something. Maybe they misconstrue it, but there's element of truth. If you don't have money, okay, and you talk the way I'm talking, you will lose your seat.
So I'm not an Ashanti person, but I've heard people say "yentu sikanifo." Is that what you're alluding to here?
No.
Okay.
Why not?
You're
not the best brain on earth. If you believe in that, you'll be a fool. You'll be a fool.
So then, you have how do you get away with some of the things that you say?
Because it's the truth. Case closed. You know, I listen to Ghanaians praising Yantechi. Today you are praising Yantechi. When you were praising Anas, that criminal, you were praising him. Ghana football should sink. Ghana football should sink.
Then that goes with it, the passions of the millions of Ghanaians who want to see laurels from the national teams for the country.
Look, there are two boys in Spain that the FA president and FA whatever, the GFA, wanted me to bring the boys to come and play. They said no.
Who suggested? The suggestion.
GFA, they came to me because I'm very close to the boys and
to convince them to play for Ghana.
Yeah.
And they said no.
Yeah, they said no.
Did they give reasons?
Yeah. So I don't want to go and make a mistake like a Samoeja and this, the way Ghanaians will chastise me. This same media. I listen to my boys on the Man FM. I don't know where they went for the media, the sports guys. I don't know if they went to heaven for their training. They criticize every player. They criticize GFA. They will criticize everything.
But don't they have a responsibility as a fourth estate of the realm to point out?
Don't deceive yourself that if you belong to the fourth estate, you can criticize everything. It should be, the word is constructively. You should criticize constructively. You just don't criticize. That now, I heard you guys talking about media, what? They chastising the media.
Because there are suggestions that the recent arrest of media personnel and civil society advocate Oliver Barker-Vormawor indicates that perhaps there may be an intention to impose a culture of silence.
This is the first time I'm meeting, but the way you are asking questions, it simply tells me that you are a very smart woman. And therefore, a smart woman, you'll be able to reason and assess situations. Do you think the guy that you mentioned, what he posted on his Facebook is the right thing?
I think that we've all agreed on this platform that we do not support any comments that even suggest that a coup is in any way or form acceptable.
Unfortunately, the old guys from GBC, you should call them for them to tell you. When the coup comes first, and today we are lucky because they have a lot of radio stations. If not, you will be killed first. You sitting here will be killed first. You know why? Those days, they seize GBC first and make the announcement. So if you come and rattle your English here, these soldiers will come, pam, 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 pam. They kill you. That's what I'm saying. You will be killed first because you work at GBC. But today, it might not be possible because We have several radio stations. Okay? So don't think coup will help anybody. Bobier, what did he put on his Facebook? If I, Agyapong, was charged treason, and I was telling the gentleman that if there should be a war or chaos in this country, it will come from journalists and not politicians.
Serious statement there.
more stuff coming in. Let the Honorable Kennedy know that the ambulance is not free in Ghana at all. My brother got sick and had to be transferred from Aplawu to Kolebu and was asked to pay 1,800 cedis before he could be transferred. I had no money then and my brother died in my arms. Unlike here in the USA, the person is sending us from USA, no money is demanded before patients are being attended to.
You see, I always say that we are naturally born bad.
Including you?
Yes.
Naturally?
Yeah, we are born bad. Yeah, we are naturally born bad. Are you surprised that the gentleman is saying that they demanded money from him?
No, he's happy to meet before.
We've had the ambulance service at the table, and they've said that fuel supply is inadequate, and so they are forced to pass on the charge to the consumer, defeating the purpose of the ambulance use in emergencies. I'm saying that
black people, it's not only Ghana here, black people, we are naturally born bad. And Ghanaians, we are worse. Because he's not supposed to charge.
Right? The ambulance doesn't have fuel. What should they do?
Did he report?
In an emergency situation?
But did you also check that there's no fuel in it? In your haste, your brother is dying.
Yeah, you won't check.
You won't check. Yeah. So you buy into it. That's the way for them to take money from you. Now, are you surprised when it's being used to cut cement? The same reference is making. Will you see that in America? No. Well, I don't know if they know that my cousin is my cousin and nobody demanded money. But I'll tell you the truth. I was not there. But the services they rendered to my cousin, I voluntarily gave them 1,000 to go back. I did that. Nobody charged me. But for them to demand money from you, I've had that before. Somebody called me to say that her mother was seriously sick and they demanded money.
Before they even moved to the location of the sick person.
My sister, let us investigate this and see that if it's a requirement from government. This is a sabotage, complete.